some outfall to just clear the outfall, to maintain and clear it and desilt it so that water flows. Then rehabilitation of Western Avenue Alhaji Marshal drain near the stadium has also been done. Then Burial Avenue by Onike has also been done. Murtala Mohammed drain near ASB Electrical near Adekunle bus stop before that Total station. You'll notice that you always have puddle of water there. But we've cleaned it, we've rehabilitated the drain, but we found out that it's still almost getting filled up again. This is simple because you see, we have a lot of sand on our roads and they end up in the drains. So these are problems we must continue maintaining all the drains year round. So that was why His Excellency Governor Bola Ahmed Tinubu, in his wisdom, approved that the drain dock be set up interministerial between the works and the environment ministries, so that at least year round we'll be moving around, removing and desilting the drains. We also have the rehabilitation of Ogba Housing Estate, Industrial Estate Culvert near Akme Road. That has been done. The rehabilitation of Abeokuta Street, Abeokuta Expressway drain, that also has been done. Then Bayode Jonwo Street at Ifakojaye, Ababa Street at Ogba, Awolokun Lanre at Bagada Phase 1. Then Odogunyo at Ikorodu, Nusirat Aleje, also another very important drain at Ikorodu, was done. Then the Corporation Drive Crystal Estate drain at Amu Ward of the Oronshoki by the General Hospital Road near Okewo Street, that's also ongoing. Then the Adeno Ogunsanya by Adebola drain, that is the first bridge on Alhaji Marshal. That's the first bridge. You know, notice that that area is always usually there. But the problem of that area has been that over the years, the road, there was asphalt overlay on the road to the extent that a lot of the inlets for water to go into the conduit drains were all covered up. But all of that have been unearthed now, and we are now doing a parallel open drain to take care of this. If you go past stadium, you are coming from Barracks Stadium, going towards Alaka, look to your right, near that fence, you see almost a kilometer run of an open drain, so that at least all the water, because you notice that that area is also usually very bad. So we've taken all of this into that. We are going on and on, but this year essentially what we are concentrating upon is the outfalls, that is the primary channels, that is the canals. We are cleaning them because we found out that people have turned a lot of these canals into dumping ground for waste, for refuse, for disused items and what have you. Then thereby engendering growth, vegetative growth. You have a lot of these canals with, you will not even see water again. You have all sorts of water hyacinth, all sorts of riverine plants and things like that. So we need to redredge, clean, so that even if there is flood, it will be just what we call flash flooding, in the sense that the water would have space in the canals to occupy. And again, we make sure that the outfall, that is where it reaches out into the water bodies, that is the receptacles for all these waterways, will be free also to take the water that will be the amount of volume of water that will be coming. So we are dredging, and it's a massive thing we are doing, and it's on a retainership basis, that it's on measured work. That is, the amount of work done will be valued and will be paid. We are doing that, coupled with the fact that we're also making sure that our drain docks are also there as an intervention unit during the rainy season now, because we have some crack team out of them that will go to problematic spots and then fix the problems, so that at least that will give us relief to build off the water. We've started the preliminary cleaning preparatory to the advent of the rains. Mobolaji Bank Anthony, all the manholes there, about 134 or 136 of them are now being desilted, cleared. We cleared them last year. We're clearing them again. Even in Abule Onigbago bus stop and all the other bus stops there, you notice that you have some steel gratings there. We're removing them and cleaning, so that at least once there's any rainfall now, we'll be able to at least have some relief over. But that is not the end of flood in Lagos, because flood is a real capital intensive thing. It will cost this administration, and any administration for that matter, that is serious in combating flood, a minimum in a year of about 2 billion naira. But it's a social service to create relief for people, because it really does not generate any revenue. And we have other competing needs for funds. We have the education there. We have the payment of the school certificate fees. We have the 1 meal a day. We have all sorts of things. We have the ambulance points. We have the license. We have what have you. All of these put together means we have to prioritize, and then we have to make enough revenue to be able to expend. Even if it's easy for government to say, okay, we give you 1 billion a year to use for drains, but you must match these budgetary appropriations with income, with revenue. That's why we are begging the federal government to review the revenue allocation formula, so that at least Lagos, being the hub of the nation, being the commercial nerve center, being the place where everybody is represented, needs to be, treated more fairly, much more fairly, so that at least the revenue it gets will be commensurate with the enormity of the problem that besets it.
Thanks for that expansive and very deep explanation. So apart from the normal, what we call it, the low-lying issue of Lagos itself,
yes,
one of the major problems contribute to the problem of flooding, one of the factors, is the indiscriminate building on drainage and individuals. What's the major point?
Well, I will reiterate again that you will notice that for the past, from October last year, in fact from the advent of this administration, we've been removing illegal structures. You will recall also in November 1999, we published almost all identified illegal structures statewide, numbering almost 2,000. And as when we published, more and more were still springing up all over the nooks and crannies of the state, along the waterways, along the drainage alignments. And you would agree with me that at least it's been in the news that we've been removing them, and there is no better period to remove them now, because of the contracts we've been awarding now for the drainages to be worked on. Take for instance, if we had removed those structures and the contracts were not awarded at that time, those structures would keep springing up again. As I'm talking to you now, I still get reports every day of new structures coming up in drainage alignments at some obscure and remote areas of the state. But we are ready to combat all this despondency on the side of our people. They are just recalcitrant. They are not ready to yield, and we are removing them without, even though it's a painful thing to do, we keep on removing them, because this water would find its way back into people's tenements and houses if the legal structures along its way or its course are not removed. So we are removing them. You would agree with me. It's only that we do not have to shout every time about demolition of structures, because we are all shouting about housing forum by year 2000, the proverbial, the magical year 2000. This is 2001. People are still sleeping on the streets in some places. So these are things that we're looking at. You don't give too much publicity to such a thing, but where necessary, where you need to let people know the problems, we've said enough, we've published enough, we have jingles on radio and telly letting people know that the gutters are where the storm water should be, and not on our roads. Because as they are on our roads, they even mess up the roads and cost us more money, because we need to now start rehabilitating and doing the roads again. So I want to use this opportunity to enjoin our people to kindly ensure that they use the refuse bags to pack their refuse. They don't throw refuse in the gutters anytime the rains are there. And they should also ensure that they ensure the compliance of their wards, not to keep throwing refuse everywhere. Again, not to build. They must come to the lands department to verify whatever land they say they have, because a lot of them, some of them even block access roads with buildings. I see all sorts of petitions and requests on my desk every day, and I'm happy that people are responding positively. They are not even giving us bad publicity, because to them, removal of such structures, to some people, they might use it against this government. But they are even the ones calling us, pointing these buildings out, fishing them out, because you see, the government itself cannot cover everywhere. They are the ones pointing out these things, that please remove this one. It's obnoxious, it's disturbing, it's going to cause us more harm than good. And I want to thank them for their cooperation so far, and I want to say that this government will not let them down. But it's a Herculean task ahead of us, and we cannot do it alone, but with their support, we are sure we'll get to the promised land. Thank you.
Then, the Green Dogs.
Yeah.
You mentioned some points about it. As an interministerial effort.
Yes.
To what extent has it helped in the flood?
Well, I would say, I think I should answer that question with a question that, where would we have been if there was no drain dog program? You notice the activities everywhere, statewide, even as far flung as Badagry. You know, you have flood in Badagry too, because it's a coastal town. As far flung as Badagry, drain dogs has been doing wonderfully well there. You see them in their uniform everywhere, the blue and the orange uniforms. They're everywhere. Like in August last year, they were to Juelegba, the Ikorodu Express Road, Ikorodu Road, Secretariat and Environs, that's here. Then Obanikoro Palm Grove, also on the Ikorodu Road, then into the service roads in there. Then Abibu-Oki, Lagos Island, Apapa Wharf, all of that. In September, they were at Alausa here again. Ikorodu again. Do you know why Ikorodu again? Ikorodu Road Express. Because you see, because of the speed of the vehicles and then a lot of sand that gathers. And then with the introduction of the highway managers, these highway sweepers, that reduced a lot of the propensity or the likelihood of the silts and sand to get into the inlets of the drainage. So we've been removing that, and then we've been clearing all the manholes. That is, those manholes are those points for cleaning. We've been clearing all of that. Then Wemco Metal Box Road I talked about here, we've worked there. Ikorodu Expressway also by Ikorodu Road by Palm Grove. Then Akiadeshola by Eko Court in VI, you know. Then the Secretariat and Environs, because we must do that regularly. These are area. Then Park View, Ikoyi. Omididun Street in Lagos, linking, that is Omididun Street is the road linking Adeniji Adele and Tokumbo Streets. You know, we worked there also. Then Ikeja GRA generally. Then Ladipo, Ajishegiri Street in Shogunle. Ogudu Expressway, Ogudu Express Road, there, now on the way to Oronshoki. 7 up Alausa here. Onikoyi Street, IPM Road, that's the Secretariat house here. Akiadeshola in VI, Campus Square, that was in November last year. On a month-by-month basis, I could go on reeling the area of activities by the MEP, that is Ministry of Environment Drain Dogs. The Ministry of Works Drain Dogs, we all work together, we work in concert. They are also at other places that are not mentioned here. So it's a continuous process, and like I said, the only question to ask is, where would we have been today if there was no drain dogs? Brown Road, Aguda, Eniton, Aguda, everywhere Sonya, they are working. Ajao Road, Ozumba Mbadiwe, the Ozumba Mbadiwe, we had to clear the long stretch of it right from Bonny Camp to the end near Mobile Road. Do you ever know that there were about 3 drains on that road? One on both sides, one each on both sides, and then one at the median. You wouldn't know. It was being filled up with growth, with sand and what have you. We were able to clear it. Anytime you pass through the place, check it out. You know. So all over Ikoyi, Allen Avenue, Tiamiu Savage, Campus again, because you notice some names recurring. Reason being that, like I told you, we are not there yet. Until we are there, then you wouldn't have all these things bringing all sorts of sand, silts from upstream into the downstream. We cleaned Ajele, the Campus Square. We cleaned it 2 months ago. In fact, yesterday, I also got calls from some of the residents there that we should please send the drain dogs there to come and clean again. It's an ongoing process, and that's why we call it a recurrent thing. We must continue doing it, and that was why the mandate of His Excellency was very clear that it's a year-round thing. It's never ending.
Therefore, with the incoming rainy season,
yeah.
What was the ministry plan? What does the plan? What plan does the ministry have?
First thing is to have a standby intervention unit. If there is flood, we make sure that at least we can bail off the water within the shortest possible time. Then, coupled with the fact that the capital dredging is taking off too, about now. That is, all these channels, we've interviewed over 35 dredging companies, and we've given to them, we've agreed the rates. The STB has also finalized and approved, and His Excellency has signed it off. So we are giving, these people are moving in anytime from now. In fact, some are supposed to move in like today, so that at least we can go ahead and start dredging these canals. And like I explained earlier on, once these canals are dredged, you are taking, in fact, we have an estimated 3 million cubic meters of silt inside these drains, inside these canals, statewide. And by the time these are cleared off, then imagine having about 2 to 3 million cubic meter space for water, for that volume of water. Of course, Ajishebi Arameka and Potoku, Joshua Ede, that is in Ikotun area, those are two principal projects that the state government is also deeply committed to. We are doing that with the counterpart funding from the former World Bank project credit that just closed. And this government has been, the governor, His Excellency, has been so kind in at least facilitating and providing funds for those projects to start off. Because Ajishebi Arameka, when we took over government in 1999, corpses were even carried away from there. If you go there now, you see our presence there. The contractor is working, methodically, and the other aspect of the project is going to be awarded, is just being awarded now. And once that is sorted out, they will continue to the downstream. It contains rehabilitation, new construction, and dredging. That's it.
Knowing full well the low-lying terrain of Lagos,
yes,
there is no doubt flooding in one form or the other of the state.
Yes.
Does the ministry have any plan, kind of emergency package?
I mentioned it now that we have an intervention plan team. Like I told you at Ipodo, because of the problematic nature of the concealed and conduit drains, we have intervention pumping machine, high powered pumping machine to take off the water from the streets immediately. And then coupled with that, to make sure that we allow for water to at least flow. And once that happens, the import of that is that the retention time of water, or the rate of discharge of water, because normally when it rains, the rate of downpour might be greater than the rate of discharge. So they want to make sure that at least the disparity between two rates, is kind of reduced drastically, so that as water comes, it goes. And that way, if it's too much, and if it won't entail removal of too many civil concrete works, the next thing to do was to just pump these things out with a pumping machine, high-powered one, so that at least that dislodges the water while you can face the real problem of the drain. So that we have ready on ground. It's a crack team out of the drain dogs with some of the technocrats in the ministry, because they already have very good, sound working knowledge of all the drains in Lagos. So this is what we bring to bear, so that we can at least intervene immediately. We've done that during the last rains. We did it at Oworonshoki. If you remember, the long bridge at Oworonshoki near Westex used to be flooded all over the place, where you had Trem on your left, Westex on your right, and IMNL. We were able to make sure that at least we remove clear the inlets there. Same thing on Ojota Bridge here, between Ojota and Maryland. That long bridge used to be so flooded, and we were able to do that there. Same thing at Oworonshoki near the General Hospital. And that we were able to clear that, redirect it into the canal coming from Medina Estate. So all of this we've been doing. The same thing goes for Ajishebi Arameka. We've been able to now bail off the water now since the commencement of that project, the contract there. So we have it on ground, but like I said, because of the enormity of the problems, we might have little drawbacks here and there, but like I want to assure you that we'll be battle ready. But like I said, to take us to the promised land, the Gaussians still have to bear with us.
Perhaps round up the interview, as the Ministry in charge of environment, what advice do you give to the member of the public to desist from habits?
Well, maintain a clean habit, change for better. This is the millennium year. Use the refuse bags, or use any nylon bag at all. Don't dump refuse whenever it rains. Keep your refuse within your house or houses, and then use the PSP operators. If you cannot, keep these things for the highway managers to carry for now, while the PSP is re-engineered, or the PSP operation is re-engineered to be able to cope with the challenges on ground. The other thing is, don't build on the drainage alignments. It is like shooting yourselves in the foot. Make sure that you don't buy land. Omoniles will always sell land anywhere. If it's possible, they'll sell in the air. But always come to us to come and check, verify, and chart your surveys, so that we tell you whether these things are within our drainage alignments or not. It's really very important, so that we can have a flood-free Lagos before the exit of this government.
Dodi ìjọba yá ẹ̀ ló fẹ́ràn jù. Àìkájọ́ wọn ń jà yẹn gan-an àwọn fáwọn òṣìṣẹ́. That was a signboard outside. I better go. Don't let her go. Carry you go. Me not let my babe go see me. If my babe go look at she can't see me now. So they see my husband they do something.
Sorry,
ẹgbẹ́ tí mi ń ṣe àìsí lálẹ́. ẹ̀yin bá ń fi jù ẹ̀.
àwọn wákàtí èyí tó ní kí wà ní ẹ̀ ó bá ẹ̀ ní pé ọlọ́pàá wọ́n ẹ̀ fún wa sí headline lẹ́nu daily champion lẹ́nu daily champion.
Saí de uma foto. Blanca. Exato. Ok. Exato. Nada. Tá um lado.
Video. William, I see you have been studying for Oga.
What are you doing? Àwọn ọ̀run ló ń wò wọ̀. Àwọn olóyìn tí mo jẹ́ fídíò kí mọ́ mi fídíò mọ́ mi tẹ́mọ̀ ní.
Yes, Alhaji Isa Muhammad, Chairman of Mato Market Perishable Section.
Alhaji Isa, sir, Lagos State government recently made a law banning enforcing or prescribing that market should close by 6 p.m. How do you conceive
when we hear this law from the state government, although before we have a fence in the market, but the first no reach up, we gather our money between ourselves, then our station perishable, we do the fence and the gate, so that because we want to obey for the law for the state government. When after opening the fence and the gate, we read many later, even we read to the Excellency Aswaju, Governor of Lagos State, with the affiliate, because this law, although governor the need to repair Lagos because these criminals, that's what we understand. Then we perishable section will try with our night and everything. We would not sleep for market, but the people where they bring this perishable item, this goods is from north. Some trucks that will come around 1 to 2, even some around 12. No, when we close the market around 6, we not open before 2 hours. We are dealing with the perishable item. The thing then leak finish before in the morning. That's why we that letter with the appealing to the state government. We the delivery with the perishable item, particularly my job market, with the appealing to the state government to look into our problem.
But that's not that. That's one of the reasons why the state government said that the market should be closed. There shouldn't be night markets there. Apart from that, people sleeping. There are also incidents of thugs and criminals that perpetrate crime on the streets and run to the market for it. And of course, people won't be able to pick them out. What are you also trying to do to make sure that...
That's what I'm telling you. You know, we don't pace our market already. We don't put the gate. By 6, even you can look, even tomorrow you can call, you can see by 7 we don't close the whole our gate. Nobody should go out because the criminals. Even nobody cooperate with the criminals. Even we hate the criminals because we are dealing with people money. So this law, although government can do anything what you like, but you know government like people. You understand? But this thing you can embed the marketer. You know, to habiting with them. So how they are due to see say these criminals not in the market. You understand? But say 6 to 6, the thing will affect us too much.
Now, what kind of advice are you giving to the state government now? In order to make sure that you people are not really too much affected, the business is not there.
That's what I tell you about. So just the state government to say to embed the market leaders, to have meeting with them, and then they bring the solution. How good they drop the criminal between the market. Thank you very much.
Baba, yeah.
It's automatic. Baba.
Lọ sórí àwọn ọmọ tuntun pàdé.
kílẹ̀ èmi ni alájà Ìyábọ̀ Ahmed ìyálọ́jà my 12 market ìyálọ́jà my 12 market under the leadership of alájà Abibatu Mogaji. kílẹ̀ yìí o.
ní láìpẹ́ ọjọ́ ni ìjọba ṣe ìgbélé pé káwọn èèyàn máa sùn sí ọjọ́ tí ọjọ́ máa close ní aago mẹ́fà rọ̀lẹ́ àti pé kí àwọn èèyàn máa sùn ní tí wọ́n máa sùn sí ọjà mọ́ kí lẹ́yìn rí sí ìrìnàṣẹ́ ìjọba ìgbésí.
Kò dáa kì í ṣe pé kò dáa ṣùgbọ́n my 12 gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọjà ńlá kan tó tóbi tó jẹ́ pé àwọn olóko náà pọ̀ ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé perishable items làwọn ń tà ní my 12 tó jẹ́ pé àwọn tó ń wá síbí wọ́n ń wá láti Abẹ́òkúta Ìlọrin Òṣogbo Odò Ọba nọ́ọ̀tì gbogbo èmi ní Kaduna Kánò everywhere ní ìdìwó Nàìjíríà náà ti ń gbé ọjà wá sí my 12 ń bí báyìí alẹ́ dẹ̀ náà máa ń dé ìmí òru ló máa dé torí wọn ẹlòmíì ìjọ mẹ́ta ó sì wà lọ́nà tó sì ń gbé ọjà àbí àwọn tó ń wá láti Maiduguri yẹn ọ̀nà wọn jì àwọn olóko yẹn òru náà tiẹ̀ máa ń ráyè dé torí wọ́n bá gbéra níbi irú Abẹ́òkúta ní nǹkan bíi 7 nǹkan tó gé àwọn ewédú ẹ̀fọ́ nǹkan tó láwọn dé ilẹ̀ máa ti ṣú òru náà máa já ọjà yẹn torí ìdájí náà ń tà ìdájí yẹn tó bá ti sáré tà fàràfà bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn àwọn tó wá ń rà láti èmi lè kó Agége Ìkòròdú Ìṣàgámù bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn tó bá rà bẹ́ẹ̀ láàárọ̀ àwọn á tún tètè lọ tà 6 ni wọ́n máa ti iná fi ibòmíì gan 6 náà ṣẹ̀ máa tajà tán nínú ọjà torí ìdájí ni ọjà olóko ni ọjà my 12 ṣùgbọ́n àwọn aláìkí bíjọba ṣe òfin yẹn nídìí àti túmọ̀ pé olè pọ̀ nù ọjà wọ́n ń fi ọjà bojú jalè tẹ́ pé wọ́n náwọn náà olóko ni wọ́n bọ́sí nǹkan làwa fẹ́ bẹ ìjọba pé kàn ṣe fún wa ni pé irú ID card tí wọ́n fẹ́ tán máa ṣe fún àwọn tó bá jẹ́ olóko wọ́n lè dá olè mọ̀ wọ́n lè dá olóko mọ̀ àwa táwa nù ọjà tá jẹ́ ìyá lọ́jà ajá àwọn tó ń gbọ́jà wá fún wa mọ̀ torí bá ṣe wà yìí ẹgbẹ́lẹ́gbẹ́ ni ẹgbẹ́ kan sìn ó ná ọmọ ẹ̀yìn ẹ̀ ó ní àwọn tó ń já ọjà fún irú àwọn ọmọlà ní ìsìn oníkálukú ló ní àwọn tó ń ṣe làádà fún tó máa bá ta ọjà tó bá ti kó débẹ̀ yẹn àwọn tó ń bá wọn tajà yẹn náà máa dé sọ́dọ̀ àwọn náà máa àrèjì bí wọ́n ṣe máa ta ọjà yẹn ibi tó àwọn tó ń kó ọjà wá fún wọn máa dúró sí àwọn náà máa bá wọn àrèjì ẹ̀ náà inú ilé ẹlòmíì tó bá jẹ́ oníṣòwò ẹ̀ ló máa sùn tó bá ti tajà tán ní àárọ̀ ìmí tó bá dẹ̀ jẹ́ òru náà dé ọ̀dọ̀ ẹni tí ó ń bá wọn wá yẹn náà máa ti tajà ibẹ̀ náà ti máa ta ọjà yẹn nídìí eléyìí abẹ ìjọba àrọ̀ wọn àní kọ́ má ṣòfin tí wọ́n ṣe yẹn ó dàbọ̀n èṣe ṣùgbọ́n kí wọ́n jọ kán fún wa ní ID card tá a máa pín fún àwọn tó ń wá láti ìdálẹ̀ tí wọ́n fi lè dá wọn mọ̀ tí wọ́n fi ní kó ẹran mérò.
nípa pé ọ̀rọ̀ pé wọ́n á sùn sí ọjà yìí àti pé àwọn ọjà tó wà lóṣìṣẹ́ ó fi wà pípẹ́ fi ṣèṣì nípa wo ni èèyàn lọ́jà kan ti kó láti rí i pé orú àwọn ìwà àbàjẹ́ rẹ̀ ó tẹ̀sí.
ká má parọ́ agbára tiwa ò ká wọn o agbára tiwa ò ká wọn torí díẹ̀ lọ́wọ́ ọmọ tó yọ ọmọ burúkú púpọ̀ lọ́wọ́ àwọn òbí tó bí wọn ìdí àti túmọ̀ ni pé majority àwọn tó ń ṣe jàǹdùkú yìí ṣọ́ọ̀bù kúnú ọjà tó jẹ́ pé àwọn èèyàn náà ń sùn sínú ẹ̀ tíjọba bá lè bá wa ṣe ń sìn bóyá àwọn èèyàn wá gba àwọn ṣọ́ọ̀bù yẹn ṣọ́ọ̀bù á lè kún torí gbogbo ibi tó jẹ́ inú ṣọ́ọ̀bù tí wọ́n ń sùn sí yẹn tíjọba bá a mójútó àdà àbínú àlòdì sí yẹn.
so ìmọ̀ràn lẹ́yìn ń gba ìjọba ń sìn wípé ìjọba ń ṣe lábẹ́ ìgbé ìrọ̀rùn wá sí ẹ̀yìn kan yẹn lọ́jà ìjọba fún ẹ̀ tó ń tòfin kò ní di pé ilé ajá òbí pọ̀ nù àmì wárí nǹkan ṣe sí.
wọ́n ṣe wọ́n iṣẹ́ yẹn náà ó dáa pé aago 6 ṣùgbọ́n kán bá wa ṣe night market ẹ mọ̀ pé àwọn ẹlòmíì tán bá ń bọ̀ láti ibi iṣẹ́ náà ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ máa ra nǹkan tán máa sè dání lọ́lé ẹlòmíì bó bá ń bọ̀ láti ibi iṣẹ́ ó lè dé èkó pátápátá ló ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ tó bá dé ibi tó ń lọ ló máa bọ́lẹ̀ ló máa lọ ra nǹkan bẹ̀ ló máa lọ gbé ọmọ ẹ̀ ní skul ló ṣẹ̀ máa ra nǹkan tó máa sè ńlé nídìí eléyìí bóyá kí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì jọ kán bá fi àwọn night market sílẹ̀ káàkiri àwa náà ń travel àrí nǹkan bí ìlú ṣe rí káàkiri ibòmíì wá ní night market gbàtà lọ sí mọ́kà àrí bí gbogbo bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ní ìtì tó mọ́ tí gbogbo nǹkan lọ létòlétò tó dẹ̀ jẹ́ pé tẹ́ bá ọjà wọn gan ẹ lè sùn síbẹ̀ díẹ̀ wà lọ́wọ́ àwọn ọlọ́jà díẹ̀ wà lọ́wọ́ gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì irú máa jẹ́ ẹ̀kún tí ẹ wò bó ṣe rí yamayama kò sí níbẹ̀ ẹ lè rìn bẹ̀ kẹ́ má kó aṣọ sí òkè àwọn ìjọba ta ní tán náà wọn máa bá wa tún ṣe lẹ́ẹ̀kínní lẹ́ẹ̀kejì wọn ò bá wa ṣe tán bá láwọn máa ṣe léni tán bá kérò kúrò ń bẹ̀ léni tán kọ́ lọ́jà kó onímọ́tò lọ́ọ́ máa kó síbẹ̀ nígbà tán bá kó ọlọ́jà kúrò níbi kan tẹ́lẹ̀ fẹ́ bá wa tún ṣe ó máa da tàbá tún ṣe tán á padà síbẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n rírí tàbá máa rí onímọ́tò la máa rí ń bẹ̀ tàbá dẹ̀ sọ fún wọn wọn á ní àwọn ti gbàwé láti local government àwọn ti gbàwé láti gbá àwọn ti gbàwé látàwé bọ̀ tó yẹ kí gáréèjì wà lọ́tọ̀ kí ọjà wà lọ́tọ̀ ni wọn kò dá wọn ṣe ń da ẹran pọ̀ mọ́ èrò. ṣẹ́rí tójú títì yẹn lóòótọ́ kò dáa kéèyàn tajà ní ojú títì kò bófin ìjọba mu kò bófin ọlọ́run gan mu nítorí pé ẹ̀mí yìí kò pé méjì tó mọ́tò bá yàbàrà lọ pààyàn ní ìsìn ṣe mọ̀ wípé tiẹ̀ tán nìyẹn adọ̀mọ́lẹ̀ ada gbogbo ẹ̀ lẹ̀ ibi táwọn ọmọ ti ń ya jàgùdà ibi ẹ̀ náà nìyẹn ńgbà tí wọn ò bá rí òbí tó máa kéta fún wọn mọ́ ńgbà tó jẹ́ pé àtijọ́ àti mu ìyá àti bàbá bá lọ sí ibi tó ti máa tajà ṣùgbọ́n tá a bá tún wá wò ó nídàkejì àwọn tó ń tajà lójú títì kì í ṣe póhùn wọn kì í ṣe póhùn wọn tó bá yẹ pé wọ́n ṣe ní wọ́n máa lé wọn lójú títì yẹn kí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì jọ ibi tá a bá máa kó wọn sí kan fún wa ká lọ tún bẹ̀ ṣe irú kan sìn à ń béèrè lọ́wọ́ chairman local government wa mo ti ń padà láti ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá nìsín pé ká lè kó àwọn tó wà lójú títì kúrò bọ́ tí ńgbà tí àti ìrí ojútùú ibi tá a máa kó wọn sí wọ́n dẹ̀ ń dẹ́rù bàá pé wọ́n ń bọ̀ alé wọn wọ́n ń bọ̀ alé wọn kàn jọ kí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì náà bá a sọ fáwọn tó bá wà ní ìjáde pé ibi báyìí la fẹ́ kó wọn sí kàn máa fún wa níwèé lásìkò torí àbá ti kó wọn àbá ti àrẹ́ǹjì wọn síbi tán máa wà wọ́n á ti kúrò lójú títì ṣùgbọ́n gbà tí àti ìríwé gbà á lè kó wọn lọ́lé wa ìdí nìyẹn ta fi ń bẹ̀jọba gómìnà dẹ̀ sọ fún wa tẹ́lẹ̀ yìí pé gbogbo ọlọ́jà tó bá nídìí tó bá rí ibì kan tó máa kó èrò sí kó yọjú sóhun òun á dá lóhùn bọ́tí ibi tó ń kán tó wà ń kò jù tó ń sọ pé àwọn máa fún wa náà wọ́n fún wa àmọ́ ọbẹ̀ akàn ń gbọ́ pé wọ́n máa jẹ́ ẹ̀fún lọ́kòjú ni nígbà táwọn rìpọ́tà dẹ̀ wá bí mí léèrè mo ní tí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì bá fẹ́ fún wa kán fún wa ń bẹ̀ ká máa lọ dìvẹ́lọ̀pù bẹ̀ yẹn náà díẹ̀díẹ̀ á jẹ́ my 12 seconds.
láìpẹ́ ní ìjọba sọ pé ọjà fún àti ọjà wà láti àti mẹ́fà sí mẹ́fà pé ọjà wà láti
tí mo gbé wá síbí mo dénú ọjà àwọn ọ̀bá náà kankan lọ́jà ní odò Ògùn ní ọ̀npodò tí àwọn ọlọ́kọ̀ rẹ̀ bá já sígbà tí òṣòwò ọkọ̀ tí wọ́n fún ọ mo wá oníṣọ́ mi tí wọ́n rí lọ́lọ́kọ̀ bá bí nínú gbé lọ lọ́rọ̀ ìjà sódò Ògùn nígbà tí ó wá di pé mo tún padà wá nígbà tí mo tún rí oníṣọ̀ lẹ́nìkan wá ní kí n ká lọ sí gbókò ó lóun ó ràn mí lọ́wọ́ ìrànlọ́wọ́ tó wá ṣe fún mi ló mú mi mọ́ra ń bí ọjà. mo bẹ̀ ìjọba ni kí wọ́n jọ̀ ó ti parí wá lára púpọ̀ jù àwa tá à ń toko wá bí gbogbo la gbé ń rajà á gbàwìn rẹ̀ wá ni tá a bá padà dọ́run láàárẹ̀ sanwó fọ́lọ́jà èyí tí mo gbé wá tí mo gbàwìn wá nígbà tí n ò rí oko wọ̀ ni wọ́n fi mú mi lọ sí gbókò kíjọba ọjọ́ kí wọ́n ṣàánú wa o kí wọ́n jẹ́ kí wọ́n ká mọ́ bá wọn sọ ó ti di gbèsè fáwọn tá à ń tìlú òkè wá ó ti di gbèsè sí alọ́run. ọjọ́ kí wọ́n ṣèrànlọ́wọ́ fún wa. fídíò yẹn wà kò ga débẹ̀. Yes.
ṣùgbọ́n ó kó bá àwọn tó ń tajà bí ọjà èso, àwọn ọjà tó lè ra dànù, àwọn tó ń tà nínú ọjà wa níbí. Tó bá jẹ́ pé àwọn tó ń tajà tí ò lè bàjẹ́, ètò yẹn ó bá mu. Ètò yẹn dẹ̀ máa jẹ́ kí olè dínkù nínú ìlú wa, torí àwọn ọmọ olè tẹ́nìkan wa ò mọ̀ wọ́n lè sùn nínú ọjà. Lẹ́nu ìgbà tí ìjọba pàṣẹ yìí, àwa gan rí pé inú ọjà ti mọ́, pé kò sí olè ní ọjà, kò sí àwọn ọmọ ìta nínú ọjà. Lẹ́yìn èyí a rí pé ètò ìmọ́tótó gan ó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí fẹsẹ̀ múlẹ̀ nínú ọjà. Ṣùgbọ́n ètò yìí, àṣẹ ìjọba yìí ó kó bá àwọn tó ń ta ọjà èso nínú ọjà wa, torí pé alẹ́ ni àwọn èrò wọn máa ń dé. Àwọn tó ń fi mọ́tò kó ọjà wọn wá láti oko, alẹ́ ni wọ́n ń dé. Alẹ́ ni wọ́n dẹ̀ máa, àwọn tó ń bá wọn já ẹrù yẹn wọ́n máa bá wọn já kílẹ̀ tó. Ìdájí làwọn èrò tó wá ń rajà láti inú ìgboro. Gẹ́gẹ́ bọ́jà yìí ṣe jẹ́ ìkan pàtàkì ní inú ọjà Èkó, ibẹ̀ ni gbogbo èso ń dé sí. Àtọjà yìí wọ́n ti ń pín èso lọ sí àwọn ọjà mìíràn ní Èkó yìí. Ìdájí ní aago 6 làwọn èrò mú délé àti ọjà yòókù láti wá kó ẹrù wọn lọ sí àwọn ọjà yòókù. Bí wọ́n bá dẹ̀ ti já ọjà yìí lẹ̀ nínú mọ́tò kó tó di àsìkò yẹn, gósùlù àmú àwọn tí ó ń ta ọjà káàkiri tó ń rajà yẹn láti gbòòrò, ìyẹn ló ń jẹ́ kí wọ́n máa rà nídàjí. Ẹ̀bẹ̀ mi fún ìjọba ni pé wọ́n jẹ́ kí àwọn eléso ọjà wa kán máa já ọjà wọn ní alẹ́. Àwọn èrò yòókù tí ó ń ṣe eléso, àwa gan ò gbà kí wọ́n sun inú ọjà ní alẹ́ mọ́. Ìyẹn nípa ti òfin. Òfin yìí gan ó dáa fún wa, ṣùgbọ́n ìjọba wọn ṣe fẹ́ǹsì tó dáa fún ọjà yìí, ìyẹn gbàgede wọn ṣe. Àwa ará ọjà lẹ́nu ìgbà tí ìjọba pàṣẹ yìí, a ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí pera wa jọ, a dẹ̀ ti ná owó, a ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ṣe fẹ́ǹsì yẹn. Pàápàá a ti ṣe géètì méjì tí owó rẹ̀ kọ́sìtì wa ní 800,000 naira. A dẹ̀ máa ṣe géètì bíi 6 bẹ́ẹ̀ sí. Then a máa, ibi tí ó kù tí ó yẹ ká mọ gbàgede yíká, ìyẹn fence, a ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí map out láti ṣe àwọn fẹ́ǹsì yìí. Tí a bá ṣe àwọn fẹ́ǹsì yìí, á dáàbò bo àwa náà. Àwọn ọmọ olè tó ń jà ní expressi, tí wọ́n bá ti jà ní alẹ́, wọ́n ń lo àǹfààní àìsí gbàgede fún wa níbí. Wọ́n ń sáré wọ inú ọjà yìí, báwọn ọlọ́pàá bá ti ń lé wọn, wọ́n ń sáré wọ inú ọjà yìí. Omi àdẹ̀tún tata tó po ọjà nígbà tó jẹ́ pé ọ̀nà wà yíká ọ̀nà àti gbà yìí lè gbà sásàlà ó pọ̀ káàkiri inú ọjà wa. Àwa gan ti gba ara dì báyìí láti ràn ìjọba lọ́wọ́ láti rí pé a gba ọmọ olè ní àyè rárá nínú ọjà wa. Pàápàá nípa ti fẹ́ǹsì, a máa ṣe fẹ́ǹsì yẹn. Ìyẹn á jẹ́ ìtawà náà ṣe láti ran ìjọba lọ́wọ́ láti ṣe fẹ́ǹsì. A máa ṣe fẹ́ǹsì yẹn.
Ìmọ̀ràn dẹ́ bẹ̀jọba nípa òfin tó.
Bí abẹ̀jọba ni pé bí àwa bá ṣe fẹ́ǹsì náà, ọ̀nà inú ọjà wa, àwọn ọ̀nà tó wà nínú ọjà wa, kò sí kòtò ìdóminù geere tó ń pè ní drainage. Wọ́n wá bá ní ṣe drainage sí inú ọjà. And then àwọn ọ̀nà yẹn bójò bá ti rọ̀, kìkì àbàtà ni. Ẹ̀yin gan tẹ́ wá bí nísìnyí, ẹ rí pé àbàtà pọ̀ nínú ọjà wa. Kò dẹ̀ sí tá a lè ṣe sí kíjọba wa ràn wá lọ́wọ́. Ìjọba ló ní agbára láti ná irú owó bẹ́ẹ̀ kán wá ràn wá lọ́wọ́ àwa máa ṣe fẹ́ǹsì a máa náwó fẹ́ǹsì kán náà wá ràn wá lọ́wọ́ kán wá ṣe drainage àti títì wa kán wá tún ṣe.
ẹ ṣé sà.
ẹ ṣé púpọ̀.
láti rí i pé ǹjẹ́ ẹ lè láyé wa ní pàtó àwọn ipa tẹ́ ń kó láti rí i pé àwọn jàǹdùkú wọn lo ọjà ilé fún láti fi dáwọ́bò pé kíjì ọwọ́ òfin hàn.
ẹ ṣe olóòtú wa ohun tí babalọ́jà wa sọ yẹn ọ̀rọ̀ gidi ni a dẹ̀ ń ṣiṣẹ́ lórí ẹ̀ ni ìlàlóye tí a fẹ́ là yín lóye ni pé ipa tá a náà ń kó lórí àwọn jàǹdùkú àti àwọn olè àwa ò gbà wọn lólè nítorí pé àti ẹ̀ mọ́lè ṣùgbọ́n à ń tíráyì torí pé kí ọjà wa ń kọ́ kó wà ní ìmọ́tótó kó má sí pé olè wà ń bẹ̀ àbí àwọn jàǹdùkú wà ń bẹ̀.
ní àìpẹ́ náà ìjọba sọ pé kí àwọn tó ń ta ọjà ní ìbá títì pé kí wọ́n dá dúró pé kí wọ́n máa ṣe orúkọ mẹ́rin mọ́ ipa ọ̀lẹ́yìn náà ń kó láti rí pé